The decision to launch a full-scale invasion of Ukraine was Putin's first big step on the road to his own collapse, experts say. Mobilization, arrest, repressive laws – all these could not but affect the stability of the current ruling regime in the federation.
The situation is pre-revolutionary in the sense that the authorities have brought the country and themselves to a state where they have not so many steps in front of them. Almost any development of the current situation leads to such crises and problems that will somehow give rise to changes. The system is unstable. It will definitely change.
February the 24th, 2022 became the starting point for the formation of an open dictatorship in Russia, and it led to disagreements both in society and in politics. In particular, the Russian war against Ukraine split the left spectrum. Some supported the full-scale invasion. Others literally became partisans because any political activity in Russia can be dangerous, historian Ilya Budraitskis says.
The same demarcation occurred within the left spectrum in Russia. Left movements need to draw important conclusions and lessons from what has happened to the country. We must understand that this regime is not subject to evolution. It will not change by itself. Some rather radical transformation must take place. And this radical transformation will take place only if there is a combination of a crisis at the top, that is, a crisis of governance, and an active desire of people from below to change something in Russia. Ilya Budraitskis, historian and political researcher, in an interview with Meduza.
A crisis is not far off, experts are sure, and in the context of contradictions between the Russian elites, Putin is unlikely to be able to deal with it.
Therefore, the left spectrum should think about how they will participate in this future mass movement. The current regime has made any changes within the existing political institutions impossible. The country will need a new constitution, new laws, new political parties, because the Communist Party of the Russian Federation will most likely go to the dump, along with the entire current political system. Ilya Budraitskis, historian and political researcher, in an interview with Meduza.
According to social scientists, the level of anxiety is increasing in Russian society, and military defeats on the front line of the war against Ukraine, criticism of the actions of the Russian military leadership accelerate the process of the collapse of the regime. Therefore, Russian politicians should think about how to live after Putin today, analysts are sure.
A military defeat will trigger a split in the elites, and of course Putin can be removed by his own people, because after the decision of the Hague Tribunal, he is a criminal. And it is obvious that for the current elites, he is no longer the person who can solve their problems with the West. There will be serious political changes inside the country, and it's the most likely path for it if the country does not fall apart. Because if there is a new dictatorship, the country will fall apart. But if the regime is replaced by a more decent one, then Russia will follow the path of a parliamentary republic.
A parliamentary republic and federalization is the best thing that can happen to Russia, Dmitry Gudkov is sure. After all, only then does the federation have a chance to become at least somehow a democratic state. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Yulia Granovska, UATV News.